I don't know why Chip mentioned my name, but devil man's trying to get attention again. Told you before, this year is the year of the real fake niggas get left in the rain. Think cause I'm up there sitting on the plane that I can't really hear what the people are saying, but I can hear everything loud and clear, and they're telling me to tell you to stay in your lane. Lord of the mic, fam, I could have clashed any man, but I said fam, let me clash devil man.
Alright, I have to make a follow-up here. I have to make a follow-up video. So, Yuki Tsunoda has been in the news saying that anyone who believes the Dutch Grand Prix was manipulated by the greater Red Bull organization via AlphaTauri needs to get an MRI scan. Yuki, you need to tell your own team to get an MRI scan. They sent you out in a broken car, okay? In a broken car. You're not gonna tell me that they didn't know it was broken. It's like, you can't tell me that. You can't tell me that, because that ignores the objective reality. Every single team on the grid has an army of sensors on the cars. Some of them measuring shit that's never fucking relevant, but they've got an army they've got an army of sensors on the cars. They've got an army of people at HQ monitoring these sensors in real time, monitoring what data these sensors feed back to them in real time, and they've got some select personnel in the garage, in the pit garage, monitoring what these sensors are giving them in real time. So you are telling me that when the car stops out on circuit and boom, the cameras are on it, that no one who is on the drivetrain monitoring unit is scrambling to find out what's wrong with the car? That's what you're telling me. You're telling me that when the car gets moving again, 30-40 seconds later, when the car gets moving again and trundles along to the pits, it takes 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, whatever, maybe a bit longer, but it takes all that time to get back to the pits, and what, they can't detect on all the data that's coming out of the car that it's fundamentally broken? After that, they stop the car in the pits. They strap you in again, Yuki. They've had you drive a broken car around the circuit with no seat belts. Okay? They've had you drive a broken car around the bloody circuit, no seat belts. All these other guys around the track are racing in anger. But oh no, they haven't picked up that anything's actually broken on the car with all the sensors that are on these cars. Stops in the pits. They strap him in again to a broken car. They still don't pick up that, oh, the car's fundamentally broken, and just wheel it back into the pits right there. So you see, what's the objective reality here? The objective reality is that there's too much data in the air for a broken car to be put out onto the circuit again after driving to the pits. There's too much data. There's too much fucking data. So now I have to use Occam's razor. What's more likely, right? That all these sensors and all these skilled and educated personnel who are trained to read all the data coming off of these things couldn't detect that the car was fundamentally broken. They don't even have to detect what is broken on the car, just that it is broken. You see? So they couldn't detect that in all that time. Okay, if I'm using Occam's razor, then you have to fire them. You have to fire them. They're bad at their jobs. They're gonna get you killed. You're gonna get a driver killed out of you. Or is it that Red Bull, upon seeing just how close things were, and that's the greater Red Bull organization, I'm talking about Red Bull Racing, I have to reiterate this, but what's more likely, right? That all these skilled personnel just didn't see this data, or that Red Bull, upon seeing how close things were through the weekend, now got on the blower to someone and said, hey, look, if an opportunity arises during the Grand Prix and Maximilian needs a helping hand, you know what to do. That's much more likely than all these sensors and all these personnel not being able to figure out in all the time given that something's broken on the car. They don't have to know what's broken, just that something is broken. Alright, the driver can tell something's broken. He was told to drive it back to pits, no seatbelt, got strapped in, and got put back out on circuit in a broken car. What's more likely? Seriously, lads, what's more likely? You know, it would be one thing if the retirement looked organic, right? That would be one thing, because the Alfa Romeo retirement looked organic. That one looks like a genuine retirement. Oh, the engine went poof. Oh well, these things happen. All right, you can write it off like that, and no one will bat an eye. This one, this AlphaTauri, Yuki's AlphaTauri, car stops 30-40 seconds, gets moving again. 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, maybe even 3 minutes getting back to the pits. All this time, all these sensors sending back data, you can't piece together that the car's broken and the driver should stop it. Okay. Before you tell someone else to get an MRI scan, look at your own team. Please look at your own team. They strapped you in, sent you out in a broken car. Just please, Yuki, look at your own team. Because if I employ Occam's razor here, then you gotta be firing a whole lot of people. Maybe they will get fired. Who knows? They get some hush money. They'll get some hush money. They'll get quote unquote fired. But anyway, that's the vid. You know, I really find it problematic when the media apparatus, quote unquote mockingbirds, when the media apparatus and YouTubers who don't want to lose their access and drivers who should frankly know better just pretend that when they pretend that the public are just I don't know, mongoloids out here, just idiots who can't really see what the fuck's going on. I've already armed myself with knowledge, right? I've already armed myself with knowledge. I'm allied to the truth. If I so happen to be wrong on this, then I'll say so. But until then, oh well, Yuki wants me to get an MRI because his team sent him out in a broken car. Alright, that's the vid. See ya in the GP observations. Peace.
Hell breezy. Let me show you how to keep the dice rolling when you're doing that thing over there. Hey. Let's go! Cause I'm feeling like I'm running and I'm feeling like I gotta get away. Better know that I don't and I won't ever stop. Cause you know I gotta win every day. Go! See, you really wanna pop me. Go! Just know that you will never flop me. And I know that I gotta be a little cocky. Go! You ain't never gonna stop me. Every time I come a nigga gotta set it, then I gotta go and then I gotta get it, then I gotta blow and then I gotta shut it. Any little thing a nigga think that he be doing, cause it doesn't matter, cause I'm gonna dead it. Then I'm gonna murder everything and anything about it. Boom, about a bing. I gotta do a lot of things to make it clearer to a couple niggas that I always win and then I gotta get it again and again and again. And I be doing it to death and now I move a little foul. Nigga better call a rap and everybody know my style. Niggas know that I'm the best when it comes to doing this. And I be banging on my chest and I bang in the east and I banging in the west. And I come to give you more and I will never give you less. You will hear it in the street or you can read it in the press. Do you really wanna know what's next? Let's go. See the way we on it and we all up in the race. And you know we gotta go now try to keep up with the pace. And we struggling and hustling and set it and get it. And we always gotta do it, take it to another place. Gotta taste it and I gotta grab it and I gotta cut all through